Well, joining us now is Joe Fichera. He's Chief Executive Officer of Sabre Partners.
We have to step back and say, what do we know, what we don't know? Investors have had a problem judging the liquidity risk. But we don't know how much was actually unsold in any given auction. Was it a question of credit? Was it a question of marketing? The issuer is actually granted sort of like near monopolies in terms of the trading of these securities through one or two or three broker-dealers. Unlike other securities that have a broad market participation, you have to discern. You can't lump everything together here. And this is one of the big problems right now, is that with the headlines and with the concerns, we're sort of tarring an entire market when we really need to simply start making discerning differences between specific issues and others.
Auction securities became a managed bidding system, not a true investor auction. The investor never knew how many investors there were, how often the brokerage firms were stepping in to make the system work, nor that the broker support could stop all of a sudden. If we had transparency in the system, investors could have judged the ability to sell in the individual auctions and bid accordingly. Commissions on auction rate securities were much higher than any other equivalent securities.
Why did the SEC choose Citigroup, or did Citigroup itself choose to settle first? Are they the biggest player in this industry?
They were one of the biggest players, along with UBS, in terms of the underwriting of the securities over probably the past 20 years, and particularly in the past 5 years, because of their strong dominance in the municipal market, which was the big player. This is a great scenario in terms of trying to get some resolution for about, I think the SEC estimated about 38,000 individual investors and 2,600 institutions to provide some light at the end of the tunnel in terms of getting liquidity. It even provides some rebates for the issuers and the taxpayers who had to refinance these things because of the crisis.
Now, you were one of the few voices out there sort of before the meltdown.
This settlement is positive, but it does show that there was clearly problems in the market going back for a very long period of time. Lots of investors are still stuck. This is only about 10% of the outstanding market. So, like I say, light at the end of the tunnel, but not a full resolution.
Investors should be demanding that the auctions be unfrozen by the issuers and their brokers. Brokers and issuers could be providing more transparency about who is bidding and at what price, as in the U.S. Treasury auctions. They could also offer higher rates to compensate for liquidity risks, and more than one broker should be involved in each auction to bring in as many investors as possible.